Hi, BookTube. I thought today, and on Sundays, the plan is going to be that I'm going to do a Bible study. Um, so I just thought I'd film my process. So I'm calling this in real time. So, like, you're seeing me come to the text, not always for the first time, but like the first time with the intent of studying it this time, if that makes sense. Um, so yeah, I'm basically just gonna read as much and as I can and study as much as I can in a time frame of 45 minutes. Sometimes I get through like 1 or 2 pages. Sometimes I get through 3 or 4. It's a very slow process. But I thought I'd take you along and show you my process. So yeah, my goal for studying the Bible is just to get a deeper understanding of the text. So basically, I try to look at it, and if something comes up that I have a question about, then I look it up. I have a few books at my side that you can't see that I'm pointing at, and you can't see me pointing at it. Over there, I have some books that I may pull over, and I'll show you the book that I am referencing for my study here. So I'm coming at it, for me, looking at it from a more academic side is also informs like my personal spirituality. So yeah, there's that. That's how I go about it. I know everyone does it differently. I'm not saying any way is right or wrong. This is just how I prefer to do it, how I feel like it informs my faith. So I thought I'd go through the book of Isaiah. I've been thinking about this book a lot, especially in reference to the current crisis in Israel and Palestine. And just to let you know, I am very pro-Palestine. So we're not going to argue about it in the comments. If there are, they will be deleted straight up. There's no room for debate there for me. So yeah, so this book in the Bible is, I believe, calling to me at this time. So yeah, I'm just gonna dive right into it. I'm gonna set a timer for 45 minutes and just get into it. And remember to hydrate throughout this process too. I'm gonna do that. Hey Google, set timer for 45 minutes.
All right, 45 minutes. Starting now.
Okay. So immediately I'm coming up with this question of, well, who is Judah and who is Isaiah? So I'm gonna go with green as my highlighter. So let's highlight what I'm interested in learning more about. Judah and Isaiah. I'm wondering, who are they? And I got a little notepad here. I'm gonna write down, because I find like this doesn't have enough room. I got this Bible because I thought I'd be writing notes here, but I'm more just sticking notes in. So I think because the book's called Isaiah, I'm going to look up who Isaiah is first. And I go first to my books, and then I go to Google. And because this is in real time, and real, you're going to see my cat pop up. So I have, I think this is the one that I found rather helpful. No. Sorry, I'm trying to stop stuff from falling over here. There we go. Hi, Reggie. Hello. I'm just gonna move you onto my lap, okay? Oh, snap. Okay, never mind. Oh, never mind. I don't know if I'm going to cut that out or not. My cat just knocked everything off my shelf there. I was trying to take him off. But anyways, gotta restart the timer and start again. Hey Google, start timer for 45 minutes.
Okay, 45 minutes. Starting now.
Okay, so I'm using the Bible Reader's Companion, and I'm gonna go to Isaiah and see if it tells me who Isaiah is. 409. Okay. Oh, of course I gotta go with the third longest work in the Bible. It's gonna take me a long time to get through this. I have all the time in the world. It's fine. It's funny. Fine. Okay. So I think, I don't want to write in highlighter. Who was Isaiah? And I believe I said who is Judah, because I'm used to Judah being a name instead of a place, but it is a place. I should have remembered that. So he's a prophet, sermon. You know, I don't think I need a whole sheet of paper for that. I'm just going to write it. Write it on the side. Personal history unknown. There we go. Okay. So Isaiah is just a prophet. I'm going with this with fresh eyes. You don't have to have a degree in order to study the Bible. Yeah. This is an interesting title. See, this is why it takes me so long. I gotta look up everything. Obedience, not sacrifice. That's an interesting concept. So this is a personal question that I'm writing here. Something to ponder and think about. And I have these handy dandy little tabs. The colors don't signify anything. It's just whatever tab color I get it. So that's just a personal question I'm going to think about as I read this. This concept of comparing people to animals, oxes and donkeys, and having an owner. I wonder if what the translation of that word actually is, if it actually translates to owner. So I have a concordance. I wonder if that would help. Oh, shut. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have all this stuff on my desk. It's all just falling over. Okay, I don't think this is gonna help. Okay. I'm gonna look it up anyways. Owner is the same word. Isaiah. Okay, that doesn't really help. No. Okay. So, what I'm going to Google is just Isaiah 1, 2, no, 2, 3, 3, owner, translation. I could pull out other Bibles, but they're somewhere else. Okay, so I'm on a website called BibleStudyTools.com. This is the website I like. Okay, because it gives you commentary from all places. So I'm just going to push compare, and it will give me all different translations. Owners. Who's boss? That's the message. Master. I think I like the word master. No. Okay, I guess the general consensus is owners. So Israel is the people, not the place. So you get talking about being physically sick. Your land is devastated. So I wonder what, I know the current, well, one way that the word Zion is used. I wonder what like the biblical meaning of Zion is outside of okay. Sorry guys. I'm just okay. I'm gonna have to rearrange things. But this is in real time. I'm not gonna edit any of this out. Watch everything fall apart with me. I'm gonna pull out this book, From Literal to Literary. This has definitions of all sorts of words in regards to the Bible. So I'm gonna look up Zion is just Jerusalem. I'm just gonna look up Jerusalem and see here specifically what it says about. No, it doesn't say anything. Okay. Biblical meaning. Oh. Zion literally just meant Jerusalem. Okay. I've moved half the stack of books beside me. Oh. So this was, as far as my understanding, is that Judah defeated the people of Israel, or was fighting them, and kicked them out. So they are experiencing war. No. And I understand, like, I say from war literally, but I don't know if this war actually happened or not, so it doesn't matter. I'm looking at this, whether it happened or not. The story it has to convey, the truth it has to convey is there, whether this literally happened or not. Okay. Trying to think of the word. It's like routine. Like an action that you are expected to do. I can't think of the word. I think I understand if I write routine. without um, for me, a big theme throughout the Bible is responsibility and like taking ownership of your actions and everything. So that's an important note for me. There's this term too that I want to add here about like the Sunday Christians. Is that what they're called? People who just go to church but they don't actually live out their faith and beliefs. I'm wondering about this phrase here. They are a burden that I am tired of carrying. So I'm going to, I don't know. I always maybe address more meaning to things than they actually need. I think it's 409. Yeah. Should stick a thing here. I was working on Acts, so I'm just gonna move that one out. Where am I now? Oh, okay. Ritual. That's the word I was looking for. Oh, I understand what I mean by routine. I was looking for the word ritual. I'm glad it's in here. Okay. Okay, cool. Nothing about that, so this is just another thing I personally want to just think about. Okay, so this is like, I guess we're placing the burden on. And it's specifically like these meaningless rituals. this specifically is a verse that stands out to me in regards to current situations. When you spread out your hands in prayer, I look the other way. When you offer your many prayers, I do not listen, because your hands are covered with blood. And, yeah. I'm just going to write Palestine there as I know what it means. Just feel right now that Israel is covered with blood, especially of innocents. It's an idea of not only cleansing, but to actually stop sinning, stop doing the same thing. Promote justice. Give the oppressed reasons to celebrate. Take up the cause of the orphan. Defend the rights of the widow. So I think this goes back a lot to... Well, it goes forward, I guess. A lot to, like what Jesus had to say in the Gospels. Okay. Imagine that, a Bible full of things telling us to not oppress and promote justice and stuff like that. You will be devoured by the sword. I like the use of this term devoured here, as if a sword is going to open its mouth. I see that there's a thing in Revelations about Jesus not using the sword, but from what comes from his mouth. I can't remember the exact verse, but I'm gonna look up devoured in this concordance. And I know this is NIV concordance, and this is NAT, but the words I think are similar enough that it should be devoured. Wow. Yeah, it says here again, your sword has devoured your prophets. Jeremiah. I'm just gonna look up Jeremiah right now. 2:30. Just to get an idea of it seems like it's also being used there. Oh, Isaiah is long. In this metaphorical sense, as opposed to 9. This is 9:30, right? There's no 9:30 in my version. 9:12, not 9:30, 9:12. Oh, okay. It's Isaiah 9:12. The writing in here. The writing in here is so super tiny. It's hard to get. I was looking at Isaiah 9:12. I should be looking at Jeremiah 2:30. Okay. Yeah, I guess the translations are. I'm gonna have to find a new concordance. I just picked this one up from the thrift store, so let's put that away because it is not helpful. Okay. I just like this phrase "devoured" and it devoured by the sword, because the sword's not gonna actually eat you, but you're gonna be gone because of that. And the ways that you can be gone could be like through obsession, through violence, through actual death. So I just, from a literary standpoint, I like the word devoured. I'm usually not one to read much of current events into whatchamacallit, but this admonition seems to be aimed towards a particular political person, a controversial political person. So just like, we have to keep our, I use the word officials here, but like, I guess our like politicians and everything. I'm just gonna use the same word, officials. I'm gonna move over here because I'm running out of space about this idea about keeping officials morally clean, because here it's an admonition that officials aren't. And kind of speak more about, like, they are supposed to be examples to us. Guided the population towards good morals, but also we have a responsibility. We to hold them accountable. I know this is I'm taking our model of democracy and like expanding on this. I know that they didn't have democracy in here, and it wasn't as easy to like get rid of bad officials. So I do understand that, but I do think that we can take these verses and apply them to our own lives and our current situation. Yeah. And I just take these pieces of paper and just stick them there. Again, I'm relating a lot back to the Gospels. I am very familiar with the Gospels. I'm not as familiar with the Old Testament. I'm working on it here. But yeah, the Gospels I always bring back. I know there's debates about that, but I do like to bring it back, especially when it seems especially relevant here, because Jesus did refer to the Old Testament a lot, obviously. So these I have to do with metals, and because it referenced swords over here, I think it has to do with like metal weapons, especially. this idea of trees and everything, you will be you'll be known by your fruits. I don't know if the exact verse, but I know what I'm referencing. And I'm just gonna look up in here again if there's anything I'm missing about tree as symbolism. Tree. Probably. Tree is a cross. Okay. That's not what I wanted, but that's okay. We can think in general about what like trees represent and symbolize. Right. Okay. And something personal is just coming up with me today. I had a conversation with someone, and I know there's a quote in the Bible about, or in the Gospels, about how the road is very narrow. The road to God is very narrow. And the way I look at that, I'm not going to get into a whole theological discussion here, I guess, but the way I kind of look at that is that to be good is hard. To follow the standards and to treat everybody, including your enemies, with respect is a hard and narrow road. To take the examples of, as a Christian, of Jesus and try to follow it can be hard for a lot of people. Turning the other cheek and all that kind of stuff. And this just kind of reminded me of it. So as I said, this is like also academic and literary, but also personal at the same time. So I'm just going to write a little note here because that thought came to me. I guess they're Jacob's standards. yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna look more into this one too. For Zion will be the center for moral instruction. The Lord's message will issue from Jerusalem. Now, this could be in reference to Jesus. But I think a lot of Zionists would take this literally, but yeah. But they also have to, like, it's not just, they don't get to change the people. Don't get to change or decide. They should be. Yeah. There should be an example of morality. I like this. They will beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks.
Oh no.
Nutrition, cultivate, nourishment. That's the word I'm looking for. Cool. And these pages are so thin that the ink just, it doesn't matter what pen I use, it's gonna come through. And then there's this, I'm having trouble with this idea because plenty of foreigners are around. That said, like, it's an admonition, but like it says throughout the Bible about letting foreigners in. I don't know which book. Oh, okay. Hey Google, stop. That is 45 minutes. That just flew by. I'm actually, because I just started on this page, I'm going to stop there and I'll come back to this the next time. So I got through, I said I'm slow. 1, 2, 3 pages. And 1.5, I guess. Half-ish. 1 1/4. A third. Let's call that a third of Isaiah there. So let me know if you're currently working your way through Bible studying, and what book and verses are you working on, and thank you for watching.